It's okay, Fixer. Getting ready for the car show. And away we go. Looks to be like it's going to be a really nice day. It rained like crazy last night, so the roads will be nice and wet, so that means I'm going to have to detail the car. Oh, kind of. When I get out there, boy, after driving that Nissan Altima and then getting into this, it's like, I don't know, it's like driving a spaceship or something. It's just completely different. I need to fix that right there. I've got a little bit of play in the steering wheel. Maybe I can take that out of there in the box. Okay, well, I'm not going to bore you with the drive all the way there, and when I get there and we get registered, I'll show you some cars. Well, I'm back on my porch. I went to that car show, and it was canceled because of rain. And then I went to another one, and this car show wanted me to pay money to bring the entertainment, that is my car, to their event. What? Exactly. They wanted me to register and pay money. I think it was $30. Now, can you imagine $30 every car? Even if you got a trophy, how much is the trophy? Or plaque or whatever they give out. And this was at the fairgrounds. And the fairgrounds has been paid for forever. You can get the fairgrounds free. You know, it doesn't cost anything. Anyways. Listen, I want to tell you, I'm just mad as hell right now. I did a little political deal in the middle of a video one time, and I asked, what's next? Is there going to be a freaking asteroid come out of the sky? Well, there's the asteroid coming out of the sky right there. I watched some of my in-laws post on FaceBlab about Trump saying slow down testing, blah blah blah, some little trivial bit of bullshit that I, just to pick at him because they don't like him because they're union people. And I broke my long silence on FaceBlab and gave them both barrels and called shenanigans on it. Essentially, I asked them, what's the alternative? Is the alternative the George Soros / Biden ticket? Because it's not going to be Biden. Biden has lost his nut. He has Alzheimer's, and it's Soros pulling all these strings. You know it, and I know it. Why would you vote for that? Listen. That whole situation is the Antifa burn cities, knock down monuments, protest, angry, burn police cars, defund the police, Antifa zones, socialist nut jobs. Let me ask you a question. Who are they going to vote for if they vote at all? Why, the Democrats, of course. Why would you vote for that? Listen, most of you out there don't know that you are conservatives, but you are conservatives. You are conservatives. I know you are because you go to work every day. I know you are because you have a refrigerator and you fill it with food. I know you are because you have a home. I know you are because you raise children. You have dogs. You live the American life. You go on picnics. You have a car, a cell phone. You want peace. You live in America because you like how safe it is. You was born here. You love your country. Why in the hell would you vote for people who hate the country? Why? Why? Please vote Republican this year. I just can't. I can't put my head around it. I just can't. I just can't put my head around it. Anyways, listen, Biden's plan. This guy has had a half a century in politics. He's ran for president 3 different times. And since 1969, he's been blabbing. Except this year. Why did he quit? Well, he quit because his because the monkey handlers told him to don't say anything. If they have a debate between Trump and Biden, oh, it's over. It's over. It's over. It's over already, I think. He's got Alzheimer's. Listen, the goals were penned out a day ago by Eric Holder and AOC about what the Biden plan is. And the Biden plan is make the rest of the country like the big cities. And how are they going to do that? They're going to do the fair housing. So you're going to have all the bad people in your neighborhood, and your value of your house is going to go down. What's going to turn your neighborhood and your city into is scary, with like New York, with no arrests, no cash bail for any crime. So you're going to have no arrests, essentially, crime, shooting. Jeez. How about colleges will no longer assess crimes on the basis of you're presumed innocent? It's called Title IX. Check it out. Look it up. So your white son can claim to have been raped a girl or something like that, and then get kicked out of school. Great. And then they're going to use the Federal Reserve to fix the racial wage gap. What the hell is that? So that means only persons of color will make any money. Hey, good luck on your son who just got kicked out of school to get a job. And then they're going to end workplace immigration raids and have citizenship and voting rights for all illegals. It just astonishes me. People, you have to stand up. You have to stand up for this. You have to stand up for this. Don't let them knock you down like that, because they're going to want a statue, and they're going to want to change this, and we're going to want to change that. The whole deal is they will never be happy with that. They knock down all your statues, then they're going to knock down you. So my 2 cents is you better vote Republican. You better shut off your TV, shut the news off, and turn on the real news. And the real news is your local commentators, and they are on the AM. Remember that band on the radio? The AM. Check out Tucker Carlson, and incidentally, probably going to be running for president 2014 or 2024. Check out Louder with Crowder, Sean Hannity, Rush Limbaugh. Check out your local guys, your Drive at 5 guys. Those are the ones you want to get the news from. The other news isn't news. It's the Democratic Party. That's what ABC, NBC, and CBS is. Democratic Party. Okay, that's been my political gab. On with the next. Okay, I've done a little quickie on my wheels. That one I'm not going to use because that one's rusted too bad. But I have 3 that are reasonable, and I'm waiting valve stems. So they should be coming. I know I can just go down and get them, but I ordered a bunch of stuff from Rock Auto and la 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 la. I got these tires here. They're very nice, and I bought them for $130. They're made in 2017, so they're still made out of rubber. And sounds like we got some weather coming. And I'm going to mount them, but like I said, my valve stems are coming, but I don't have them yet. So yeah, go take them somewhere and have them mounted. Nah, I'll do it myself, and it'll be free. So free is good. I want to check out something else right now, so we'll go have a look at that. What I want to operate on today is my ignition switch. I've got a different ignition than everybody else has. I've got a locking ignition. The ignition is supposed to be here, but I have a locking ignition that come with this, and it's just so. And the reason is I got one of those cheap ass Brazilian ignition switches underneath it, the electrical portion of it. The ignition switch itself, the lock is flawless. It's the electrical part of it. And I have the original one that I took apart and thought I fixed, but it gets hot and it doesn't like to start the car sometimes. So we're going to take them both apart, and it's just, this one was $12. So if I can use maybe the contact, maybe the brass contact inside this one, and use the guts out of the old one, especially where the little nib on the end of the key on the ignition fits into the electrical piece, we might be able to make one switch that'll work right. So, you know, you just can't find them. You just can't find them. You know, they want $350 for a complete unit. So that's, if it comes right down to it, I guess I'll just have to have a push button or something, you know, if I can't fix this. But that's going to break my key eventually or give me trouble. So let's get these out and get them on the bench and have a look. Sorry about the background noise. I got to have some air in here. This is the old one, and what I'm talking about is maybe I can take this piece, which is going to fit into the lock, and put it in the new one, but I want to take apart the old one first, find it, take it apart. I've ground off all my JB Weld, and I'm kind of working at it with a pick and pliers and tapping it with a hammer, so let's try to get that apart. That really doesn't look too bad. It's this that's bad. You can see it right there where my fingernail is. It's really wore sideways, kind of. So let's take the other one apart. Maybe I can use this piece off the other one and it'll fit right on there. But probably not. I've fractured this one getting it out, so this is no good anymore. I mean, I could glue it all back together and everything. This is floating on 3 little springs, so we're going to set this one aside very carefully, and we're going to take a look at the other one, take it out of the car, and we will take a look at it and compare them. Here's the new one, and we're going to pry these out of there, and we're going to take this piece off. We'll use this piece and take a look at the contacts and see if they're the same, if they'll go in there. The you know, the housing there. This is completely different than the other one. So no, we're not going to be able to use parts, but maybe we can, I don't know, grease this inside, make it turn easier. Maybe we can do something with that. I don't know. Let's have a look. Really coming down. Wow. Sorry about the noise. There are no user serviceable parts inside this one that match this one. So I'm going to put the new one back together. But there's a spring underneath all that grease, and I put a bunch of grease in there. And I'm going to grease this little side deal here too, so this doesn't rub. This part right here doesn't rub as bad. I'm going to grease the case. Maybe it'll turn a little easier, and maybe I can get away with using it. know if that's any better. Can't be any worse. I'm going to put a little squeeze on this, just a little more. Just a little bit. And I'm going to put some not WD-40, but some JB Weld around this to kind of glue it all together. Oh, this goes down, that little tab, and this goes up. So it's got to go up into the dash. So, you know you're right, because the key would go in like this. This is off. Key's on, and then start would be right there. Start, start, and key off. So I think we're good, but I'm going to put a little squeeze on this, and I'm going to put some I keep saying that, some JB Weld on that to kind of make that a little bit stronger. What I got here. Let's do that right now. While I was cleaning out the garage, I had this can I found, and it's got just a little bit of brake clean in it. And sometimes, you know, oh, it's not a lot in there. Well, if you don't have any, you don't have any, you know. So I'm using this to clean up. That's got a little squirt left in it, and it's just enough for what our job is. So, you know, I save every little bit. Ever known somebody that rolls a toothpaste and squeezes every little drop out of it? Well, that's me. And what this is going to do is going to clean all the grease and crap off there so our JB Weld will stick. I've kind of got this cleaned over where it's not going to, I'm using a little JB Quick. Kind of got it cleaned over where it's not going to come out of there. I'm going to use a little JB Quick, that way I can get this video out. I don't have to let it set up overnight. Careful of your screw holes. Yeah, that water's rain's really coming down. We're having floods here. Probably got about 2 inches of rain in less than an hour. Here. Looks like I mixed up too much again. Give that a squeeze in the vise. I know it's going to squeeze the JB Weld, but I don't think it's going to stick on that vise. Okay, that ought to be right off there. Alright, we'll give it a shot, see what happens. I'm going to go eat lunch and I'll be right back. Since it's so beautiful out, I'm going to, I loaded up some tires, and we are going to go to a friend of mine's shop, and we're going to do a little tire shenanigans since it's so cool out. Yesterday it was 100, and now it's 70s, cool, raining, beautiful. So let's get that done while we can. I have to have 2 hands. Been a long time. I think I've got it figured out now. Okay, start to finish. Sorry. This is really not too bad of a tire. I think I'm going to keep it for a spare. Check for leaks. My cat. I'll find my cat. There you go. Start to finish. How long? 12 minutes? 13 minutes? My God. Okay. Let me get the other one done. There you go. Now, these rims may or may not be bent, you know, but the thing is, I'm not going to be pumping up tires anymore. You know, at least I've got 4 reasonable rollers, if not tires or rims and tires that'll actually move the car down the road. I did not balance any of these though, so I can do that later. But I'm just trying to get some tires on this thing again so I can get it in the garage. Okay, let's go have a look at our ignition switch and see if that glue is set up. Lovely. Okay, let's put that widget in and see if it doesn't operate a little bit better with all that grease in there. Well, that's good. Lights are on. It's just notchy. Oh, it's just hateful. It's like a valve spring or something like that for a spring to spring it back. I mean, it works, but it's just a very hateful ignition switch. Oh well. Well, I guess, I don't know. It works, you know, I mean. Oil light, yep. Yeah, well, what are you going to do? Well, you tried. I guess I'll just have to keep my eyes open, and that's just something I'm going to have to deal with, unless I had a push button or an old ignition switch or something like that. But this had such a cool deal here. It's got a lock on the ignition for a 67. That's a very cool, rare option, I guess, from what I'm told or from what I read. So I want to keep it, and it's a shame that electrical switch is tanked. So what are you going to do? Okay, well, I'm going to cut this one and then get it out on the net. Thank you for being with me, and thank you for wrenching a little bit with me on these cars. And thank you for sitting down and listening to my rants about what's going on in the country. So y'all be careful out there, and I'll see you the next time, okay? Bye.